Hey, what's good, my fellow masters? With the month of February upon us comes the annual Valentine's event we've come to expect. So this will be an overview/guide for this year's Valentine's event, officially titled Johanna and the Identified Love, Smash 'em Up, Love Lovers, and the Great Stone Statue. It is scheduled to start in early February, no official date at the time of this recording, but we can at least expect a 0100 PST start time after server maintenance. The event will probably last for about 3 weeks or so if we go by what happened on JP. It's pretty much open to everyone, as the participation requirements is just to have cleared Fuyuki. However, there will be spoilers for the Lost Bell 3 story chapter, so please keep that in mind if you have not reached that point in the main story. Now, here is a rundown of the event. As typical for Valentine's, the event mechanic revolves around a point system. You will want to clear a main quest in order to unlock an event free quest. Then farm the free quests available at the time to accumulate the event points. For this event, they are called lovey-dovey heart points. As points are accumulated, various rewards will be gained. Mana prisms, QP, a select number of ascension mats, etc. A total of 3 million lovey-dovey heart points will allow you to obtain all of the point rewards. Note that the main quests are time-gated, and will essentially unlock daily during the first week of the event. Indicated here is what the JP's quest schedule for this event looked like. On the first day, right at the start of the event, we can expect the prologue plus sections 1 and 2 of the main quest to be available, along with their associated free quests. Though it might turn out section 2 will be delayed until later that first day at server refresh 2000 PST, if we go by past event schedule patterns. The following day, Section 3 of the main quest should unlock, and so on each subsequent day until the final 7th section, along with the 90 plus and 90 plus plus free quests become available to us after 6 or 7 days have passed. There will also be a series of extra quests, 7 of them, that unlock when a section of the main quest has been cleared. They will all have a gimmick or two, but overall, they do not look to be especially difficult. Clearing them will provide some ascension materials and a bunch of lovey-dovey heart points, and each extra quest will also have 1 to 3 Stargazer teapots as their first clear reward. Playing through and completing the event's main quest should provide you with 1 3-star event craft essence, 6 Saint Quartz, a couple of special chocolates, more on these a bit later, an Ash of Remembrance, 1 Poison Needle, 1 Dragon Fang, 2 Seashells, 1 Eternal Ice, 1 Homunculus Baby, and 3 Eggs of Truth, 2 Rider Pieces, 1 Caster Piece, and 1 Assassin Piece, a MASH-specific Valentine CE, Chaldea Petite 4, and of course, a Holy Grail. As for the extra quests, clearing them all, you can specifically obtain 1 Forbidden Page, 1 Spirit Root, 2 of each for Aurora Steels, Seashells, Yggdrasil Seeds, Evil Ceiling Lamps, Flaming Oni Lantern Plants, and Chaos Claws, 3 of each for Eternal Gears, Eternal Ice, Giant's Rings, Rainbow Thread, Tear Stones, and Fruits of Eternity. And finally, 4 octuplet crystals, plus a combined 12 Stargazer teapots. Naturally, it wouldn't be a Valentine's event without the appropriately themed event items, the chocolates. Among the lovey-dovey heart point rewards are lock-on chocolates and surprise chocolates. These can be exchanged for Valentine's gifts, or otherwise known as the Valentine CEs, from the servants in your roster. From the event tabs, you will see a section for Get Chocolates, which are mostly specific to the female servants, and then another section for Give Chocolates, mostly specific to male servants, though you may have a few servants, like Astolfo for instance, who will be in both sections. You can use the Lock-On Chocolates to target a particular servant in either section, or use the Surprise Chocolates to receive a random Valentine's gift from among the servants you have, though please keep in mind the number of Lock-On Chocolates available is much smaller than the surprise chocolates. Exchanging either the lock-on or surprise chocolates will result in a fully voiced cutscene and a 4-star Valentine CE gift unique to that servant. For your convenience, there will be a filter in the chocolate exchange sections that will allow you to display the Valentine's gift CEs you do not have or do have. That way you can prioritize the lock-on chocolates on those servants you have added to your Chaldea since the previous Valentine's event. These Valentine's CE gifts have a couple of beneficial effects. For the event, equipping one on a servant will provide an increase of 10% to lovey-dovey heart points gained. So at the start of the event, if you still have any of the Valentine's gift CEs from previous years, Use them to give you a bit of an early boost to point accumulation. The second benefit is that they will also provide 30,000 EXP when used to enhance a craft essence. So they are a really nice source of EXP for leveling up frequently used max limit broken CEs. Briefly mentioned earlier, there is a third type of chocolate, special ones called Blessed Lock-On Chocolates. They function the same way that Super Lock-On Chocolates from the Valentine's 2023 did if you played through that event. There are only two you can obtain, Strawberry and Blueberry, given as the completion reward for clearing Section 2 of the event main quest. And they can only be used once each for either get chocolates or give chocolates. So basically, one for the waifus and one for the husbandos. The servant you select to exchange a Blessed Lock-On Chocolate will gain a special event bonus. As you go through the process of getting or giving chocolates with your servants, there will be an option to use a normal Lock-On Chocolate or the available Blessed one. And once you go through with using the Blessed Lock-On Chocolate on a particular servant, you will still receive their Valentine's CE gift as per normal. As for the bonus it provides, the servant you select will receive an event passive skill called Blessing of the Saint EX. And at the start of battles, their NP gauge will be charged to max. Plus, they will gain 50% more bond points. So if you have a specific servant you want to farm bond points for, this could be something to use on them. A couple things to note about the Blessed Lock-On Chocolates. You can still give a servant a Blessed chocolate, even if you have already exchanged one of the regular chocolates with them. They will get the bonus passive, but you will not get a Valentine's CE gift from them a second time. Servants like Astolfo, who can appear in both the get and give chocolate exchange sections, can only receive one Blessed Lock-On Chocolate. And then servants who appear on your support list that have the Blessing of the Saint EX passive skill will have that indicated as an event bonus on the support selection screen. As I mentioned earlier, in order to claim all of the rewards from the event point ladder, you will need to amass a total of 3 million lovey-dovey heart points. There are plenty of goodies to obtain as rewards from gathering up these points. On the Ascension/skill materials side of things, you can get 30 Spinal Fluid, 20 Aurora Steel, 10 Eggs of Truth, and 3 Crystallized Lores. Other rewards include 1,000 Mana Prisms, 60 million QP total, 9 bronze, 15 silver, and 16 golden apples, 2 of each 4-star HP and attack foes, 1 of each type of command code opener, and then we have 35 lock-on chocolates and 338 surprise chocolates. Pretty much enough for every playable servant in the game, if you happen to be a master with such a stacked roster. 1 copy of the event 5-star CE, the cute girl seated behind me. More on this in a bit. There are 3 new command codes we can get from the point rewards as well. The first is the 5-star Evangelist of Unconditional Love, featuring a cute rendition of Amora Karen. When engraved, that command card will have its damage increased by 25% against chaotic aligned enemies. A Mephistopheles-inspired Drowsy Bomb is the new 4-star command code, and it will give the engraved card an ignored defense effect when used to attack, along with inflicting a 3-turn 500 damage curse on the enemy. And lastly, we have another Amora Karen related command code, this time of the 3-star variety called Holy Paper Bag. It will provide the engraved card with an attack buff removal effect when used on an enemy. Plus, it has a 5-star critical damage increase for the engraved card as well. Pretty nice effects for a 3-star command code. And I can't forget to mention, there are summon ticket rewards in the point ladder. You can obtain 5 in total. The first at the 150k point mark, the next at the 300k mark, third ticket at 700k points, and then the 4th and 5th ticket at the 1 million and 1.5 million point mark respectively. Although the Valentine's CE gifts we can get from our servants do help a little with accumulating lovey-dovey heart points, the 5-star event craft essence, the cute girl seated behind me, will provide the most help. The cute girl in question is a smiling Seishonagon, offering Valentine's chocolates to you in a class setting with an intrigued Murasaki looking on, or at least I think she looks intrigued, maybe a little embarrassed, I don't know. For the event, it will boost the points gained by 30%, which doubles to 60% for an MLB version. Its regular effects are pretty nice, with a starting NP charge of 30% and a 20% damage increase against targets with the man attribute. That becomes 50% NP charge and 25% increased damage when MLB. 4 copies of the CE can be purchased from the event shop, and as previously mentioned, 1 copy is a point reward, specifically when you've gathered 1.8 million points. Additional copies can be obtained from a random free quest drop reward. The drop chances are not that great, with around 2.5% being the best for the 90 plus FQ. The good news is 5 copies of the CE are guaranteed, but please keep in mind that even if you have obtained 5 of them, keeping them separate will give you a much higher bonus to points gained, so try not to create an MLB version until you have at least 8 copies in total. In order to purchase the 4 copies of the cute girl seated behind me from the event shop, you will need event shop currency, and naturally there are 3 limited gacha craft essences that can be used to boost those currency drops from the free quests. We have the 5-star CE Winds of Spring, featuring an angelic looking Lady Avalon with Little Foe, both giving us an affectionate wink. For the event, it will increase the drops of the shop currency lovey-dovey coins by +1 or +2 if MLB. For regular effects, it will ignore invincibility and increase arts cards effectiveness by 3% and raise NP damage by 15%. If MLB, that becomes 5% and 20% respectively. It has all attack scaling, so it could make for a good CE to use on your art servants whenever the need to counter enemy invincibility gimmicks comes up. The complete opposite of angelic looking, the 4-star CE Love Delusion features a dangerously smexy cream-hilled in a succubus outfit. What little of it there is. Though, can't say that I mind though. It will provide a +1 drop to the lovey-dovey pennant currency or +2 of MLB. Its normal effects are an increase to Arts and Buster by 6% each, plus a 4% NP gauge charge every turn. When max limit broken, those become 8% increases to Arts and Buster and a 5% NP charge per turn. Last up is the 3-star CE Sleeping Eliza, with a wholesome picture of 9-tattooed Dragon Ellie-chan napping after probably eating far too many chocolates under the comforting gaze of Huyan Chuo and Yang Qing. It will give an increase to the lovey-dovey keychain currency by +1 or +2 if MLB. Regular effects include a recovery of 50 or 100 HP every turn, a damage reduction of 50 or 100, and a 1 or 2 critical star gain per turn. 1 free copy of this CE will be provided as a reward for clearing the event prologue. There is also a very slim chance of it showing up in the Friend Point Gacha during the event. And of course, all 3 of these CEs can be obtained from rolling on the Valentine's Pickup Summon banners. Naturally, there will be specific servants with an event bonus as well. Since this Valentine's event will revolve around the new 5-star ruler, Popes Johanna, it comes as no surprise that she will have a 100% bonus to damage and a 50% bonus to bond points. Then the Valentine servants from previous years, Nero Bride, Sei Shonagon, Murasaki Shikibu, Semiramis, MHX Alter, Amora Karen, and Bazette will each have a 50% bonus to damage and 20% to bond points gained. The event shop will have a number of items that may be of particular interest to some. I've already briefly referenced the event currency that will be needed to purchase items from the event shop, and they are the lovey-dovey coin currency, lovey-dovey pennants, and lovey-dovey keychains. The notable items that can be bought with the coin currency are 1 crystallized lore, 10 scarabs, 10 fruits of eternity, 20 black beast grease, and 20 ghost lanterns. To clear out everything indicated here will require a total of 3,900 lovey-dovey coins. For the pennant currency items, the ones I want to highlight include 1 lore, 20 primordial lanugos, 20 serpent jewels, 20 night medals, and 30 ceremonial swords of twilight. 3,500 lovey-dovey pennants total will be needed in order to purchase everything shown here. Lastly, we have the items that need the keychain currency, and among the ones to note are the 20 Divine Leyline Spiritrons, 30 Dragon Fangs, 30 Heroes Proofs, and 30 Fool's Chains. To buy everything here, you will need a total of 3,800 lovey-dovey keychains. The event shop is also the place where you can exchange any unused chocolates. Each is worth 100,000 QP. There will be 10 event free quests in total, 4 of which will become available once Section 2 or Act 2 of the main quest has been cleared. First up is the level 15 recommended Round Up the Different Dolls. It has a fairly standard format of 3 waves of all assassins. Keychain currency is the main drop here and should average around 22.1 per run. Please note, these figures will always exclude any CE bonuses. As for points, based on the JP data I could find, around 7,355 per run can be expected on average. The level 25 free quest called Stop the Spread of Ode to Johanna features 3 waves of all caster enemies. Pennant currency is the main drop here and is likely to average 26.3 per run. and 9,129 lovey-dovey heart points can be expected each run. The third of the first 4 FQs is called Penetrate the Town's Gate and has a level 40 recommendation. It's a standard all-saber class node, and the main currency drop is the lovey-dovey coin with average drops of 29.9 per run. You can expect to get around 10.5k points per run with this node as well. The last of the initial event free quests is the level 50 Defeat the Mercenary Corps with a standard all-archer class format. All 3 shop currencies will drop here in roughly equal amounts of about 14.8 to 14.9 of each, and lovey-dovey heart points will average around 11.2k per run. With the completion of Section 3 of the event's main quest, the level 60 recommended All-Rider class, Escape from the Vigilante free quest will unlock. The main currency drop cycles back to the keychains, and this is the best spot to farm them with expected averages of about 45.1, along with 11.6k points per run. Stop the Fan Club Solicitor's free quest becomes available once Section 4 of the main quest has been cleared. It has a level 70 recommendation and is composed of all Lancer enemies in a standard format. Notably, this is the first one to have a 100k plus HP enemy in the third wave. This is the best spot to farm penance at 44.9 drops per run, and points should average around 12.1k per run. When Section 5 is cleared, then the level 80 free quest Obstruct the Statue repairs will open up. It has all Berserkers in 3 waves with 1 enemy topping out at 137,000 HP. This is the best spot if you want to focus on collecting lovey-dovey coin currency, which will average around 44.8 per run. Lovey-dovey heart points can be expected to be around 12.6k for this node. Black Beast Grease was also found to have a marginally better drop rate here at 23.1% compared to the best regular story free quest rate of 23%. The All Saber node, Destroy the Golden Ceremonial Hall, will unlock after Section 6 is cleared. It is recommended for level 90 parties and notably has a 138k HP enemy in the third wave. There is no shop currency drops for this free quest, only the lovey-dovey heart points, and it should have the best overall rate with an expected average of 19.5k points per run. Spirit Roots were also found to have a good drop rate here at 23.1% compared to 12.9% at the best story FQ. Magatamas will also drop as well, and at a pretty decent rate of 41% compared to a regular story FQ of 48.3%. And this Sei Shonagon Event CE should show up when farming this node about 2.26% of the time. Which then brings us to the 90 plus free quest for this event. It will unlock after the main story section 7 has been cleared, and it consists of all caster enemies but with an irregular format of 1-1-3. Wave 1 has an 80k HP caster, Wave 2 a 156k enemy, and Wave 3 has 2 enemies at 83 and 95k, plus the third caster at 201,000 HP. All 3 shop currencies will drop here in pretty much equal amounts, averaging about 27.7 or 27.8 drops per run. For points, JP farming data indicated 13,000 points per run. As for Ascension mats, Star Fragments have a good drop rate here, showing up around 25.8% of the time compared to a regular story FQ rate of 13.6%. Additionally, Spinal Fluid has a drop rate for this node at 79.2% compared to 73.7% from a main story free quest. And based on the JP farming data, this 90 plus node offers the best drop rate for the Sei Shonagon Event CE at 2.53%. Last up is the 90++ node that also unlocks with clearing Section 7 of the event main quest. It has just 2 waves of enemies. Wave 1 consists of 2 Berserkers with HP pools of 262k and 85k between them. Wave 2 has another Berserker with 207k HP and a Moon Cancer enemy with an extremely beefy 1,053,000 hit points. Like its 90+ little sibling, all the shop currencies will drop here with quite the nice rates of around 33. For Ascension mats, Skumo mirrors have a relatively good average drop rate of 30.2%, more than double that of the best regular free quest rate of 13.7%. And this is also a good spot to farm up Swords of Twilight as their drop rate averages 91.6% compared to 72.5% at the best available regular story FQ. Sei CE, the cute girl seated behind me, is likely to show up about 2.48% of the time. So, Farming either 90 plus or 90 plus plus nodes when they become available offer the best overall efficiency for points and shop currency combined. Well, mostly the 90 plus plus, if your roster can swing it. And both have some relatively good rates for the certain ascension mats as a bonus. But I think once you have obtained the necessary number of shop currency, then focusing on the level 90 saber nodes strictly for the points would be your best bet. Unless, of course, there are some mats you would like to stock up on that are featured on the 90 plus or 90 plus plus free quests. That just leaves the Valentine's 2025 pickup summon to go over. As I sort of glossed over in the event bonus section of the video, the new limited SSR ruler, Popess Johanna, makes her playable debut. This holy maiden that might have been is an AoE arts servant, so yes, in terms of a roster slot, Johanna directly competes with the upcoming AoE arts ruler, Summer Melusine. Though, whereas I'd say Summer Melusine is far more offensive focused, Johanna offers more in the way of support for the party. And they each cover different niches, with Johanna possessing NP damage modifiers against the evil alignment and the man attribute by way of overcharge. I plan to take a closer look at what Johanna is capable of in a separate video. But with some arguably higher priority servants to come in a couple of months or so, those who are interested in summoning for Johanna may not have the SQ savings to support it right now. So if you're one of these masters, there will be another opportunity to roll for the Popess next February and in January of 2027. Of course, I've spoken in the past about the annual Valentine's event being a place where you can always roll for the permanent and story-locked female SSRs. So maybe several days into the event, we can expect these servants to each have their own separate rate up. Though if it follows the banner schedule on JP, then they will be available 2 at a time on the rotation. And the last pair expected on rate up will have the recently debuted Avenger Nitocris altar, if you missed her back in late December or early January. Though, just as a reminder, Avenger Nito will be back on another expected banner to come in either late May or early June. Now, perhaps you're reflecting on not having one or more of the previous Valentine's SSRs. Well, not to worry, Lasengle's got your back, with more temptations to spend your hard-saved SQ, that is. There will be a rerun banner for the past Valentine servants, likely to come a couple days into the event. So if you want either Bazette or Amora Karen, MHX Alter, Semiramis, Murasaki, Nero Bride, or cute girl Sei Shonagon herself, this will be an opportunity to roll for them. If my schedule allows, I may do a more detailed breakdown of that Valentine's 2028 to 2024 rerun pickup summon campaign. And that's pretty much what I wanted to cover in this Valentine's 2025 overview guide. I certainly hope there is something I discussed here that will be helpful in some way for the event. If so, please do me a favor and smash that like button. So, will you be rolling for Popess Johanna? Or maybe you were waiting for another shot at Nitocris Altar? Let me know in the comments if you'll be using some SQ or tickets on these Valentine's banners. My many thanks for watching, and until the next one. Cheers!